Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Shivancy. So today I wanted to make a video going through the cost of college, and I'm gonna pull up my finances portal and go through a detailed breakdown of every single part of my tuition, and then talk about how much the rest of it costs, like everything you need for your dorm and meal plans and stuff like that. Because I know this was something I was pretty clueless about before starting to look at colleges and costs and stuff, and even right now I'm not 100% sure where every part of my tuition comes from, so this is gonna be my first time looking through it as well. So let's get into it. Okay, guess we're doing this later. Okay, we are back. It's like 10 p.m. but my student portal looks to be working, so let's just dive into it. I think I'm gonna look at my fall 2019 semester breakdown because that's the only normal semester we've had so far, where I paid for housing fully and nothing got cut off because we didn't get sent home, obviously. So here's the overall cost of each of the categories. Housing is about $3,370, which if you break that down to the 4 months that were in the semester, it totals to about $842 per month, which is about the same price as like a decent apartment, but what you get with the dorm is that insane convenience factor of being right in the middle of campus, walking distance from everything. So I think it's a pretty fair price for a normal semester. The rent itself is basically as much as the total. There's only like these tiny little costs for RHA stuff, which is fine. So yeah, nice to see not many hidden costs in the housing part of it. Now going on to fees. I feel like there's going to be a lot of BS stuff in here. Oh yeah, that is a lot of random fees. But obviously some of it makes sense. Like, I mean, $5 for a student ID, that's whatever. Educational technology, I'm not sure what exactly that goes towards, but sounds important. I don't know if it's $221 important, but maybe. Student health, renewable energy, Carolina Union operating. We pay $80 to keep the student union running. $65 for, okay, $65 for like a gym membership for 4 months. So that's like $16 a month for a gym membership. I don't know, is that normal or is that cheap? Either way, it's nice to have a gym to go to. I don't know what athletic is. That's $140. Campus security stuff, and yeah, as you can see, just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. Some of them are necessary, and then you have like stuff like 50 cents for one of the scholarships. I don't know, but yeah, these are all the fees. But meal plans. My meal plan for last semester was $1,464. It was like the second lowest tier meal plan, I think, which was like 120 swipes. I think a lot of colleges use that swipe system where you get a certain amount to use at the beginning of the semester, and then you have to pay attention to how much you have left and just allot them to make it to the end of the semester with enough remaining, or with 0 remaining. And if we take a look at all of the UNC meal plan costs, you can see that, okay, right now they have the weekly thing going on because of COVID and dining halls work differently. But usually the highest would be like $2,200 if I'm not mistaken, which is ultimate. You can just go whenever. And the lowest I think the lowest is like $1,400, which was 100 swipes, and then you get $200 of credit to use at like the non-dining hall places like Chick-fil-A and stuff, which is what I ended up getting in the spring. Yeah, that's about the range for meal plans at our schools. I know at some schools it's more than that. I know at some it's lower than that. So it kind of depends on how much you want to eat too. Then we have tuition. Tuition itself is $3,509. I think that's pretty standard for in-state tuition. For out-of-state, I believe it's like $17,000 or something like that. So yeah, that's the primary benefit of being in-state, obviously. And then we have textbooks. I don't remember buying. Wait, I didn't buy a textbook through UNC. I bought them all on Amazon. Okay, I'm a little confused by that. I don't know where this $23 came from. Did I? I don't know. But yeah, that's basically the full breakdown for one semester. You can see it totals up to $9,401. And then also up here there's an enrolling fee of $250 that you get for enrolling into UNC. That only happens one semester, the semester that you enter, obviously. So yeah, that was added onto here. So usually it would be about $9,150 for a semester when you have a meal plan and housing. If we look at my spring 2020, this is one where we got sent home in March. They refunded about $877 on tuition, so that got brought down a little bit. You can see housing was $2,110 instead of, what was it down there, $3,370. So they gave us a $1,200 discount, which was pretty fair. Meal plans also, they refunded us $700 for the $1,400 one that I had. which makes sense because we got cut off halfway through the semester. If you're curious about how much it takes to take one summer class, it was $622 for a 1 3-credit summer class. And also down here, I don't think it's changed in the last 2 years. Yeah, it was $1104 for 2 summer classes that I took before that. So yeah, pretty hefty, but if you need to do something over the summer, you gotta do it. And finally, if we look at the current semester, I didn't stay in a dorm, so housing is nothing. Still $1,000 in fees, which is slightly less than usual, but it's still pretty much the same. Payments, as you can see, was only $5,800 because of the housing, and tuition was not reduced at all, which was a decision that a lot of people got upset by. Okay, so that's like the base costs, and when you're at college, you're obviously going to be eating out a bunch and have just a bunch of other miscellaneous costs. So let's say you eat like 5 meals a week outside for $6 to $7 a meal, then that's going to add like $400 to $500 a semester, which seems like a lot, but it's probably going to happen. And if you want to count what you need for your dorm and stuff, that's probably going to be another $100 to $200. And then you have all the random stuff like college merch, Ubers, random snacks that you get. Yeah, the pressure to spend money in college is definitely there, but if you're smart about it, you can keep that in-state cost to like under 10 grand a semester total, which is still really good considering the value of education at UNC. Compared to like Duke, where the value of education is obviously higher, but you're paying like 30 to 40K a semester, which is a lot. If you have financial aid, it's going to help a ton. And also if you take out like housing contract and meal plans, which you're probably not going to need after your sophomore or even freshman year, that total cost can be like cut in half. But also you have to consider if you don't have a meal plan, then you're going to be buying a lot more outside food. So it's like a trade-off. But freshman year will most likely be your most expensive one. Okay, that's going to do it for me. Hopefully that quick breakdown was a little helpful in understanding where all these costs come from. I wish I could tell like the out-of-state or like a breakdown of a private school, but obviously don't have access to any of that. But I'll look into it in the future. And yeah, I will see you later. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.